Today, Jean-Jacques and I are off for our first visit to Hawera, down in the Taranaki. Reasonably long flight from here, but first I have to go and fetch Jean-Jacques. He's in Taronga this morning, so it's quite an early start, 8:15 out of Waihi Beach. Start with climbing to 500 feet, turn right over the wetlands, climb to 1,000 feet, turn left towards the harbour and on the way to Taronga. It's a lovely morning, the air is cool, and the radio is very busy with traffic leaving from Taronga on their way to, guess where? Hawera. And as I land on the grass runway here to the left are several aircraft waiting for me to land and move off before they can take off and go to Hawera. Meanwhile, there's another event on today, and some of the warbirds, as they're called, are practicing, ready for the young eagle's day out at Matamata. I don't have long to wait before Jean-Jacques arrives, the usual big smile on his face, and we'll be ready to go very shortly. Jean-Jacques is flying us to Hawera, and here he is taking us out on a standard departure from Taronga Airport, past the oxidation ponds, otherwise known as the poo ponds, and off towards the southwest. And now the sky is beautifully clear. There's some hilly ground just as we leave Taronga, and a lot more of this on the way. After a while we look out of the window and see what really looks like Middle-earth from the Lord of the Rings films. Fast forward an hour and a bit and we're down in the Taranaki, and off the starboard wing, sticking out through the clouds, is the snowy peak of Mount Taranaki, a dormant volcano that we hope won't be erupting today. Hawera is straight ahead of us, and its airfield is in between the two towns that we can see here. What you can't see in the video is just how many aeroplanes there are all arriving at Hawera at the same time. We were number 4 in line. We take our turn, arrive over the horse racing track, and touch down and get off the runway as quick as we can to make room for the umpteen more behind us. Parking spaces appear to be few and far between, but we do spy somewhere that will do us very nicely. Tuck ourselves into the space that we can see ahead, push back and get out to stretch our legs. And here is Daryl. He keeps his aircraft at Whangamata, just up the coast from Waihi Beach. Flew down at the same time as we did. His aeroplane is faster than ours, so he was here before us. And also from Waihi Beach is Grant in his pretty blue and white RV-12. Lots and lots of aircraft to look at and enjoy here. Lots and lots of people, and fortunately plenty of food to enjoy as well. After a very pleasant couple of hours on the ground, it's time to jump back on board and join the line of aircraft waiting to take off. Everybody is very well behaved. We turn onto the runway in a line up behind each other well off to the side, turn around at the end, and one after the other launch into the sky. The stream of cloud in front of us is the cloud trailing off Mount Taranaki. The wind is blowing almost exactly straight down the runway, so it's a good takeoff. And as we get higher, we can see that the cloud base is actually fairly low. Although it's still a sunny day for most people, the clouds are dictating roughly where we're going to go. It's pretty out here, and pretty rugged too. And unfortunately, the camera battery decides that's enough. So skip forward a couple of hours, we've landed at Taronga, Jean-Jacques got out, we've been to the cafe for a cup of coffee, and now I'm going back home to Waihi Beach. Take off from the same runway as I landed coming in, turn left and start along the coast. Very pretty up here, especially on a lovely day like this. On the left is Mount Maunganui, and as we get closer, don't know if you can pick them out, there are several paragliders flying on the slopes here. Waihi Beach is at the end of the island that we were following, and we do the usual thing here, over the top, turn left, and going back almost the reverse of the route I took out this morning, down over the wetlands, turn onto the runway, down and settle on the ground. And that is that. Total of 4 hours flying, and I hope you enjoyed those little snips, and see you next time. Bye.